It was a script for a vaudeville production. Ooh. My God, that's positively disgusting. Here goes. I rifled through the briefcase, but there were just papers to do with the theater. Nothing pointed to Cesaro's dealings in Prague.
It's no use struggling. That just makes it worse.
Take that!
Not again!
This should keep you out of my way. Good job I had the scarf on me. Now, where was I before I was so rudely interrupted? It was some kind of security report for a private residence. Unfortunately, the report didn't include the address. Prague was certainly mentioned, but the actual location could have been anywhere. Tucked into the last pages was a photograph of a large castle. There was a dragon symbol on the back. There couldn't be too many castles like this in Prague. I had found enough to track down Cesaro. Is this the place?
Even spookier than the photo.
Sends a shiver up my spine.
Sure that's not your vampire-slaying genes kicking in?
Sorry, George. You're out of luck.
I hope Bruno's still in there. Now I'm really pissed.
Look on the bright side. We don't have to worry about car chases anymore.
Nico?
Yes?
Any ideas on how to get inside?
If you were clever, you'd have brought plans of the place.
Oh, I would I?
Of course, I realize that's not your style.
Obviously not yours either.
No, I prefer the challenge of winging it.
My feelings exactly. Besides, there's usually a solution at hand. Shame we can't fix it.
Let's face it, George, it wasn't exactly getaway material.
This castle looks really old.
Medieval, George.
Yeah, that too.
I'm worried they might have already killed Bruno.
Well, let's hope he didn't tell him too much.
You're all heart, George.
By the way, have you and Labano...
Have we what?
Have you been doing that... stuff?
What stuff?
Boy-girl stuff?
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff.
Boy-girl stuff.
That's what I said.
Listen, George. Andre is a good friend.
Yeah? So it's just a coincidence he's around again?
He's an expert in ancient manuscripts. Who else was I going to call?
Oh, what's wrong with the very old, very ugly experts you see all over the place? There was a small button to press. I was looking forward to meeting the butler. Stuck on the top of the pillars was a pair of stone statues. Nice dragons.
We're not on the sculpture tour, George.
Just getting to grips with local culture. I thought about it, but decided not to do it. This guy was no butler.
What do you want?
Hi. Nice evening.
Clear off.
I was hoping you could help me. My car.
Tough.
But
This is private property. Get lost.
well, his interpersonal skill set needs a little work.
George, did you seriously expect him to open the gate for you?
Well, I certainly expected better manners. Hey, Nico, will you press this button?
What do you have in mind, George?
See if you can get the guard to open the gate.
What do you want? Oh.
Bonjour, chérie. I have a tiny problem with my car. Could you help me with it?
Oh, I could help you with it, all right.
You are so kind.
You're French, aren't you?
God, that's incredible. How did you know?
Oh, I've been around.
Oh, I bet you have.
So, what brings a pretty little thing like you up here on her own?
I'm on holiday.
I'd gotten over the first hurdle, but there were more guards inside, and some of them had dogs, too. This trash can was empty. Apart from the garbage, of course. Rooting around in trash cans, one of my little foibles. Sometimes you get lucky and find a real treasure. Hey, string! You never knew when a piece of string was going to come in handy. This trash can looked promising. America's best export, a burger. I put the half-eaten burger in my pocket. Must have been some kind of urban survival instinct at work. I was pretty sure I'd seen James Bond do something clever with foil once. Trouble was, I couldn't remember what. I could see more guards in the foyer. The building looked pretty classy inside. Amazingly, the dog was even uglier than the guard. I sure was glad we had a fence between us. I hoped it wasn't choosy about what it ate. There was no time to go hunting for pickles.
Hey, what kept you?
Oh, just chatting to Boris about old girlfriends.
See the helicopter?
Yep, Cesaro's favorite airline.
George, you need to find a remote. That's how the gates work, I think.
The gates wouldn't open from the inside. I was glad Nico was with me. Silence. That was either a sign, or there was just no one behind the door. This wasn't the way in. There was a small button to press. The button opened the gate, but it closed again when I let go. It was a small device with a button. Maybe just the thing I was looking for. Looks like somebody had started to repair the Jeep and got bored. There was nothing in the glove compartment. The car jack was one of the heavy-duty types. The release handle was missing. They must have known I was coming. All locked. Shazam!
Wonderful, George.
Uh-oh, here come the guards.
Let's hide.
Hey, Nico, see any more guards you fancy?
You owe me big time for that one, George.
Hey, Nico, will you press that button?
What is it with you and buttons, George?
Just keep your finger on it until I get out again, okay? Now, which one's the lucky one? I needed all the luck I could get. I thought I'd take the handle. I was improvising every step of the way. It was my lucky piece of coal. The Jeep descended to the ground. The Jeep still wouldn't budge. No way was I doing that. The Jeep still wouldn't budge. The handbrake was on. I let the handbrake off. Oops, there goes my no claims bonus. After you, Nico.
This is definitely not a case of ladies first.
Or you want me to test it out?
Well, obviously. George?
Whoa! Nico! Watch out below! Jeez, only just made it. You were right!
Of course! I'm not stupid!
You're gonna have to find another way in if you can.
Okay, George. I thought the bracket might come in handy. There was no reason to try that. There was a small gap in the window, but it wouldn't open. Through the glass, I could just make out a small storeroom. It was awkward, but I managed to get the bracket into the gap and force the window open. Here goes.
So, this Petra, they say she's a bit of a one.
Oh, yes. Takes pleasure in killing. Regards it as an art form.
Nasty.
One poor guy she tortured, took him a week to die.
How'd she do that then?
They called it the doner kebab.
Oh, you don't mean...
That's right. Everything just the same. Apart from the salad, of course.
And the pita bread?
Obviously.
What's she look like then?
Short blonde hair. That's all I know. I never got closer.
Don't blame you. She might get ideas.
Too right.
Chicken nuggets, for example.
Hot dog and beans.
Ouch!
If they saw me, I was done for. I had to find a way to walk around without attracting attention. But for now, I had to play the quiet mouse.
Did you hear something?
Not sure. Was it from upstairs?
Sounded like it.
You take the side stairs and I'll go up here. If there's anyone there, we'll have them trapped.
I had to hide, or get caught.
Did you see anything up the side stairs?
Yet nothing.
Stay alert anyway. This place gives me the creeps.
The door may have been too thick, but I couldn't hear anything. I picked up the hairdryer. Apart from a range of tacky clothes, there was nothing left in the case. I picked up the wig. At the very least, it would stop her from using it again to impersonate me. That's interesting. The case looked a lot smaller on the inside. The base sounded hollow. I guess there was a hidden compartment inside. All I had to do was find a way of opening it. No way was I doing that. I felt around the interior, trying to access the hidden compartment. Aha! Tucked into one corner was a tiny button. Damn! My fingers were too large to press the button. Oh my God! I doubted she used the knives to open letters. I picked up the sharpening stone. The weapons were all locked in place. Inside was a serious selection of knives and other weapons. The stone was well used. Petra clearly took great pride in keeping her knives sharp. I couldn't open the door. A chef was cutting vegetables at a chopping board. He was struggling and didn't look too happy. The warning signs all over the bottle left me in no doubt as to what it was. It was a large bottle of industrial bleach.
Hey, you! What the hell do you think you're doing?
I needed to clean the toilets.
Not with my bleach, you don't. Go and get your own bottle. I'm sick of people nicking my stuff.
Okay. Sorry. The vegetables had been badly sliced. What was this guy using? A hammer and chisel? Presentation was obviously not his strong point. Excuse me, but could you make use of this?
A grindstone. Finally, somebody in this godforsaken kitchen is using a bit of initiative. Don't suppose you fancy a job as kitchen assistant? The money's crap, the hours stink, conditions are worse, but it'll make a man out of you.
No thanks.
Young people today don't know which side their bread's buttered.
Just one more question. How did you end up here?
Give 70 people food poisoning just once and you pay for it for the rest of your life.
I must remember not to eat anything while I'm here. Now that the chef wasn't watching, I could reach the bleach. I wasn't prepared to pour the bleach down the hand basin after all I'd done to get hold of it. I hoped it would bleach the wig blonde. The bleach was strong. The wig's color disappeared almost instantly. The wig was soaking wet. I didn't want to carry that around with me. Besides, the bleach would have dripped onto my clothes. Somehow I didn't think Petra was into tie-dye. The hairdryer was perfect. I fancied one of them for myself. Voila! Perfectly dry now. Showtime!
Hey, who's there?
Uh-oh!